Hello and welcome to the Anfield boot room. I'm not trying to make that into a jingle, I just intonated it really weirdly. So the last time we recorded, it was May. It is now October, so many things have happened. I haven't really thought too much about going through the results. Basically, pre-season was decent. We got everyone fit, which was nice, and we scored quite a few goals. But that's, it's against Chinese sides, so does it really count? I'm not sure. We won the Community Shield against Chelsea, which was nice. To be fair, in the second half, we really asserted our dominance and absolutely thrashed them. In terms of chances, I'm sure we made our eminence known. So 4 clear cut, 4 goals. That's how it should work. We then had a very successful start to the season. Absolutely goals flooding in. So 6-2 against Newcastle. Pretty much phenomenal. 6 clear cut chances, 6 goals. Again, how it should work. You can see Carlos Baiano playing very well. Excuse me. Wow. Having not played very well last season, having really been hit, so he's now scored almost as many league goals as he scored last season. So he's back, bang on form, which is really, really good. So obviously he's free scoring, as is Mario Balotelli. Not in this game, but in other games. Oh yeah, Emiliano. Emiliano, what am I talking about? Mate, I've really gone the long way around saying that. Emiliano Aretha, I'm giving him a Spanish Z. Oh, I don't know. I might just give that guy a nickname because I suppose while we're here, we'll talk. I was going to go through the squad as well, but this guy, I find him very, very intriguing. He's my project, right? So I spotted him in Argentina. He came through to the game there. Obviously, I had this transfer arranged a long time ago. He scored a reasonable number of goals in Argentina, and he has a fantastic amount of potential. Oh, I didn't realise he was inconsistent. Oh, well, that's... Hopefully he'll lose that. I have had a player lose an inconsistent rating as well, which I was very satisfied with. So hopefully he can lose that. But he has a great amount of potential. And looks to pass rather than attempting to score. He is a striker, but he has really crap finishing. So here's my project. I'm just training him on finishing and seeing if he can get up to... I mean, look at his physical stats. He is a beast, right? He's got great determination, solid mental stats, reasonable technical stats, other than appalling finishing. So he's my project. I didn't realise that he was inconsistent. That makes me slightly less interested in him. And that's disappointing. Yeah. But anyway, he managed to score in that game. We beat Man United 4-2, which was very nice. They had 3 shots on target and scored 2 goals, because that's what happens when you play Falcao up front. Because this is in Falcao's glory day when he was absolutely stunning. I can't wait till he bloody retires. So what happened next? Then we drew 4-4 at Chelsea. Basically their setup really plays into our vulnerabilities, because I don't know. Yeah, so they have players hanging out here, which drags our, basically that's the hole in our formation. And Diego Costa always seems to do really ridiculously well against us. So annoying, but still, Balotelli hat-trick, Baiano, good scoring goals. We then played our first European tie against Dortmund. We edged it through 1-0. This is in the league, so it doesn't matter about, away goals and all that stuff. Their goalie got man of the match, which I think is probably fair. So that was the only team that managed to slow us. We then smashed Arsenal 7-2. And it's funny that it was actually 2-2 at one point. And then we just went on and absolutely mullered them. So very satisfying. Rock and roll football, heavy metal football. We're going gung-ho. I have, interestingly, or depending on your definition of interesting, I have dropped the work the ball into the box tactic, because I figured it was taking us too long to attack. So this is very much smash and grab sort of tactics. Juan Arrilaga, who is a lovely regen that I'm bringing through, he's scoring very nicely. Again, a physical specimen. But yeah, he's a good lad, so I play him against the likes of Derby in the League Cup. This was a very much a youngers team. People who have come into contention are Ton Gilhouse. So obviously we got him off Groningen. He went off to Nottingham Forest. He did reasonably well. He went off to Torino then in Serie A and did much better actually. And he's doing a good job for us in a position that he is learning. So he's learning to be a defensive midfielder. He's getting there. But of course the fact he's amazingly quick and really good at tackling. He just whizzes around and gets the ball off people and then can actually whiz off and dribble off because he was a fullback. So yeah, looking forward to him developing. He's doing well. And everyone else you probably know, George Alagaya there is developing into a very solid centre-back. 19 years of age, very solid on the defensive. He's not so much a ball playing, but he's great. He's got the 5-star potential, but doesn't enjoy big matches. So I'm hopefully he'll get rid of that. But he is consistent, and he costs 750k. So can you ask for more? I'm not sure you can. Right, what next? We then... Oh, yeah, sorry, I was just looking at that. And then we beat Nottingham Forest 4-0 in the league. Odegaard scoring some good goals like that. Gabriel Jesus also nicked one. And Alagaya must have been from a corner. So, yeah, team playing very well. We beat Sparta Prague 3-1. They scored with one of their only shots on target. We then came into the game later on and smashed them. Juan Arrilaga scoring a very Torres-like header. Was it this one, maybe? Let's try and have a look at it. If it's not that one, it'll be the next one. But yeah, it was brilliant. It kind of reminded me of a genuine Torres goal. Yes, I think it was. He lifts up and it just floats into the corner. He got up really well. I think it's Torres Liverpool versus Chelsea or something like that. He got up really well, changed the direction of the ball, and got it right into the corner. Very happy with that. We then lost to West Ham 2-0, which was they scored with their first 2 shots on target, one of which was a penalty. So that's a double boot room bingo scouse count there. Nearly a full scouse, because Balotelli also got injured. Very annoying. And then I, of course, went on to have way more chances than them. Although, yeah, well, that's skewed by the penalty, obviously, which I'm reliably informed was a penalty. So very disappointing and a massive blip. But this is where I've noticed... hence I'm recording. This is where I've noticed my seasons can turn on a sixpence. So one loss, even if it, I did it once in the second leg of a League Cup semi-final. It didn't matter that I lost, but I lost, and it threw all of my players off, and I was really bloody annoyed because we were going along quite well, as we are now. So I thought I'd record, also just to catch up generally, but the fact that this game against Derby, I mean, they'll be playing a better team than they played in the Capital One Cup, because no one cares about the Capital One Cup. They are still very bad, though. 18th in the league. Tony Mowbray, Mason Bennett. They've got my lad on loan. He's their best player. Brilliant. Marciano van der Veen, that English man. Dorian Rotario. Oh, yeah, actually, that reminds me. We should go through my sales because I flogged him for 10 million. I bought him for 4, earned through his career 4.5, and then sold him for 10. Score! So, yeah, anyway, I will then pop to my transfers so you can see what kind of stuff went down in the summer window. So, let's look at incoming. So, Ariza is someone we've talked to already. There's a load of youth players, none of whom are all that interesting, I'd say. Ricardo Esparza, he'd been on my radar for a while and I deemed him not quite good enough, and then I scouted him and he took a bit of a boost in potential, and then suddenly Real Madrid and Barcelona got very interested, so I kind of admit that I panic signed, because I mean he is good. Clearly, technically, he's amazing, and mentally he's quite good. Physically, he's all right. That's a decent shape for a striker. He's both-footed. I quite like that. 5'10" with good heading, so he's not useless in the air. I have a feeling like if he turns into that striker, I will maybe just sell him for a lot of money. But you know, that's how this game works for me. So 3 million there, 6.25 million on Juanma, because for some reason he came into the game having already signed a contract. But he's world class, he's consistent, he's a good team player, he relishes big matches, he's resolute, which means he's very determined, and he's 6'3". And I have a good history actually of bringing through beastly Spanish centre backs, so I'm happy with that signing. Cesar Herrera is another one who he was on my radar and then received a bit of a boost in the old potential. So you know, you can kind of scout them, and then one time it will say, oh no, they're going to be fine, they're going to be fine. Oh no, wait, they're going to be world class, and obviously that is very annoying. For someone like me who seeks to garner all of the world-class players. And he had a release fee clause of 6.25 million, which I thought was a reasonable investment at the time. He's susceptible to injuries. He's not happy because I'm trying to turn him into a central defensive midfielder, as you can see there. He's getting there awkwardly, but also his physicality is great. I seem to have a lot of players who have really good physicality. His tackling is good, his passing's okay, his dribbling is good, but his vision isn't there, so he's going to be a ball winner rather than a kind of a playmaker, which is a kind of less of a talent. So I tried to loan him out. No one really wanted him because I just signed him, which is frustrating. But there we are, 6.25 million, hopefully not down the drain. Antonio Manuel Ramis, someone I caught on to late as well. His potential has now kind of dipped a little bit, but he's still going to be a leading Premier League star. He is inconsistent, but hopefully that will drop off as I've seen it. I can't remember specifically who it was now, but yeah, I've seen it. One of my young players, it dropped off, and that's fab. Who else are we looking at? Jonathan Peralta, Emilio Magnia. These are all just players who have come through when it's been their birthday. So yeah, I was already set to sign them. Jon Ibanez was a deadline day signing, as was Magnini. Again, I spotted him because he had a bit of an uptick in potential, and so he had a release fee clause of 2.8 million. I thought, he has decent stats. If I can then sway that in a direction, like I'm planning to make him a lot quicker, so he can play on the wing maybe. So that might be good, might work out. Who knows? We'll see. So outgoings, very important. Obviously, loans with loans fee, I'm always a fan of. So Esparza's gone out and he's already earning me 170k a month, which is reasonable over a year. That's whatever it is, 2 million or something. So already earning back his fee, which is basically the whole plan, guys. It's the whole plan. The financial, I was actually, yeah, that's interesting. I was world's richest club for about 3 seconds. Oh no, I'm back up to second now. I was world's richest club at the start of the year, and then I went a bit mental and I dropped to like 5th. So somehow I didn't spend 100 million. Or whatever, but you know, I wasn't doing so well, but then I came back, so it's fine. Flogged Maxim Koval, he's very good, he's a good young keeper, he's still got potential, probably still, and I look at all of those good things. All of the pros are great, but he wasn't getting a game, and I've got a better keeper, so you'll see there, Timo Horn is better than him. Timo Horn is better than him, and he's kind of sitting in that sub-keeper role. He's getting a few games now because Relly got injured, but he's amazing, and Koval is not quite amazing, so I sold him back to sent him back to Russia, even though he's never actually been to Russia. He's a Ukrainian. Anyway, are they Russian? Yeah. So sold him to Russia, 5 million, that's still a profit of like nearly 4 million, so happy. This one made me laugh a lot. I was like, Forest just bid £20 million for a player. So Forest have been taken over, I think. So they are, oh no, they're just secure now. They were rich when they bought Morata, but maybe that was their mistake. So where is he? Oh, there he is, yeah. £20 million for him. So signed for 2 million 3 years ago, and £1 million whilst on at Fiorentina. Always scoring. Reasonable rates there. So 1 in 2, and kind of 1 in 2. He's gone to Forest and done absolutely bugger all. But yeah, they got promoted. So I was happy to sell the Morata because I knew he would struggle in a promoted side. But that's £20 million. That's a great profit there. Jesse has gone to Fulham. I think another newly promoted side. I'm not sure. Oh, he's doing very well though. So good on him. Well played, sir. Yeah, bought for £3 million 3 years ago. Again, and basically paid his own wages for a bit, and then sold to Fulham for £18 million. I'm glad he's doing well. I mean, some of them have to do well. Asensio's off on loan to Southampton. Doran Rotario sold for £10 million, as we've already seen. These guys have gone out on loan. Lucas Silva, another Krasnodar signing, bought him for £3.1 million a while ago, loaned out to get to, I don't know, that probably adds up to like £3.1 million. No, it's like more than that, £3.9 million. So he's already earned me money, probably paying his wages as well. And then flogged for £18 million. So this is how I think I made myself the richest club in the world, and how I plan to again and again and again. So you'll see all these guys loan fees of 100k, so they're earning like $1 million a year for all of them. So 1, 2, 3, half, 5, 6, so 7.5. All that stuff. It all adds up basically. So yeah, we've got an army out on loan. And then the guys that I couldn't get a fee for, but they're still gone out on loan. You'll see notable names. Luka Jovic, he's quite good. He's getting some goals so he can top up these stats, which are nice. Malcon has gone to France, ironically, where he's been signed from recently by Barcelona in real life. Yeah, he's doing well as well, so I'm hoping his stats are going to get a boost as well, and then he can become a big money man. Kennedy, his stats are getting that little bit. I love that, how consistent he is. It's absurd. But yeah, he's doing really well at Monaco and replacing the role that Divock Origi took last season. Who else have we got that is interesting? Caleri has gone also to Monaco. He's scoring goals but playing less well. Again, his stats are great. That could do with just that little bit of push more. Leading Premier League and consistent, so he'll get his chance. Krisatig, he is amazing. I've signed him for under £1 million, which is just criminal, isn't it? Like I love the comparison of him to Henderson so much. What's his name? Jordan Henderson, Darius Henderson. That's like some lanky striker. I love that comparison. So Jordan Henderson, who cost £45 million, and then old Lorenzo, who cost under £1 million, and he's younger, and he's on less money, absolutely, and he's taller, absolutely outrageous. Goretzka has also gone off on loan because he wasn't getting first team football, and he is great, and he can be one of the best midfielders in the whole entire world. See how well rounded he is. But he needs some games because he wasn't really getting so many. How many get? 13 and 13, 8 and... Yeah, so it was declining, basically. Fair play. So who else has gone? Kondogbia has gone for £17.5 million. Reasonable signing. I was going to sell him to Man City, and then Wolfsburg came with a last minute bid, so I rejected the one from Man City because I don't like to strengthen them. Bought for £2.7 million, sold for 17, earned his £2.7 million while he was here. You see how this all works. Denis Suarez sold for 15.5, having signed on a free the season before. He didn't play, he just sat there. He wasn't good enough to play. This was always going to be. I'm surprised I got 15.5 million for him. Lincoln is off at Sheffield. He's doing okay. Kurt Zuma's off at AC Milan. He's doing pretty well. He needs to push those stats. On my other game, he became like the best centre-back in the whole world. And he's not doing it on this game, which is disappointing. Gola Lungo, look at his bloody neck. So long neck is again pushing out his stats over at Lazio, playing top level football. Big John's out at Malaga, doing reasonably. So these guys basically they can all push to the next level, but not at my club. Same with Lozano, who started at the World Cup. He's not quite pushed on as like if he just goes one up on all of these stats, he'd be world class. But obviously that's not how it works. Icardi's gone out again to Lazio. He's doing well there. There's all sorts. There's absolutely. You see how many transfers I actually genuinely get through. Fast Rishi has gone off to Leverkusen to eke out his last bit of development. He is a great player. I would have kept him in my club, but he is a Liverpool homegrown product. So I'll have him back in the team once he's properly matured. Same with Ruben Neves. Out at Lazio, playing amazingly. Look at him, he is amazing. But I've loaded him out to get first team football. Small Thiago, he's developing quite nicely over at Lyon. So many more. Can there be that many more? Oh no. So basically they're all loans. Oh, I quite like this actually. I was going to tell you about this. So Camilo Cruz, I signed him in 2015, so that's a long time ago. Actually, it was 2014, in fact, when I actually signed him. So yeah, a long time ago for £500,000. He comes straight into my squad as a wonder kid. So literally from some scrappy kid playing on the streets of Colombia to a wonder kid in 3 years, and they just deliver him to me like, oh, here's one for £500,000. I love him. I think he's going to be good. I think he has injury proneness, so he might not be epic, but I can still sell him, so that's good. Mighty Mouse gone off on loan. Eke out last bit of development. Same with Tony and Casquette. As you can see, there are too many players. Really, there are too many. Something that I have done is I have 55 more players coming in, and as I described to you guys, I discovered a theme of these Brazilians who supposedly came through including this guy. He came through in 2015, right? Which isn't true, okay? Because I've scouted the Brazilian guys that came through in 2015. He was not among them. Same with, is it this guy? Yep, same with him. So he came through in 2015. World-class talent, big match. Of course, I would have signed him. And if you literally look, Agnaldo and Alex. This is what is frustrating. So we look at youth intake. We look at 2015. Oh, this is going to be. Sorry, guys, I didn't realise this was going to be as difficult to manoeuvre. So if we do it by name, so Agnaldo, not the right one. Alex, not that guy. So no, they're not here. They're not here. How? Is my question. How? Doesn't make sense. So they came through in 2015 in Brazil. This is Brazil. It's 2015. This is the intake. There's no other intake in 2015. No. It's just that intake. Anyway, it makes me annoyed, but I'm now spending millions getting them back. Getting them back as if I owned them in the first place. People like Andre Luiz, I've paid 6 million for him. Also with his agent fee takes up to 8. He's obviously great. And he's going to be world class, and he's consistent and enjoys big matches. It's really frustrating. It's maddening. So he's coming into the club. What else is going on? Have we picked up any funny names? That'd be funny just to talk about very briefly. Because I don't know how long this has gone on for, but I want to play this game. No, these are all just men that I'm signing. Winai Thongchai. Type of underwear and a type of tea and a surname. It's all I look for. Red Bush boxers. No, it would be boxers, Red Bush. Anyway, Winai Thongchai. Yoando. Says, Yoando. It made me chuckle. Yamadou baby. Yamadou baby. That's basically what I say to Becky when she asks me to do a chore. Yamadou baby. Slim Driddy, he's the real Slim Driddy. Shut up, Sam. That made me chuckle. Apologies if it didn't make you chuckle. Juma Swine, always good. And are there? Oh yeah, Lucas Eduardo or Lucas Eduardo. Ooh, what is that about? Football Manager, sort yourself out. Is that just a typo? Like, what are you on? A capital O at the end of the name. Uruguayana made me laugh because it's basically just like a word smash of two countries, Uruguay and Guyana. And I wish they'd do that more. So you could have, like, you know, Frangium, or like, oh, I don't know. I didn't prep this. But yeah, no, it made me chuckle. John Lennon came through in Brazil. Of course he did. I don't know what his actual name is. Going to be like John Lennon Figueroa. John Lennon Vilela Menezes dos Santos. Of course it is. So that captured my attention. Any of these other guys, I think these are just men I've signed. As you can see, I sign a lot of 17, 18-year-olds and 15 and 16-year-olds. That's basically all I sign. I don't sign anyone over that age. Right. So if we visit the boardroom quickly, you'll see that I don't have that much money, but actually I'm just going to have a quick drink while you marvel at the fact that they failed to build some youth facilities in 2015. Oh, glorious. So I manage, when all my players come back from loan, obviously my wage budget skyrockets. By saying that I'm going to challenge for the Premier League title, I managed to push my wage budget up from, like, it was like 3.5 million to like 4 and a bit million. So now my wage budget obviously has gone down. I'm just going to have a proper cough now. I'm going to try and take the microphone away. Apologies for this. Much better. I'm sure you'll agree. So yeah, now before, where I didn't have a lot of flexibility because my wage budget was fixed and I was meeting it, I've got so much flexibility. I could, if I really wanted to, I could put my wage budget up to 75 million. I think I would only do that to try and buy Paul Pogba because he's eluding me currently, and I really would like him. He's amazing. He's even better on this game than he was in the last one for Charlton, and he's just the best. He's just the best. I think he'd add a goal-scoring element to my central defensive midfield that I really would like, because he's both-footed and he's got those long shots, and he's just an absolute beast. Look at him. He's a beast. The problem is Juve obviously know that he's a beast, and he's worth 52 million pounds anyway, and I think when you suggest they want triple that, which I obviously, with my budget of 16 million, don't have currently. What else is... Oh yeah, I was going to run through the squad. Do I have time? I'll do it quickly. Let's... What should we look at? Let's look at this first. Actually, set it up by value and then selection info. Right, so Raleigh is coming back from injury. He's my top keeper. He's number one. He's a great shot stopper. And he's really helped me out. He's made some really great saves this season, even though we've conceded a few goals. Timo Horn is backing him up. To be fair, the difference between these guys is very minimal. Kind of, in terms of actual goalkeeping skill, they're very well matched. I don't really have a third choice. They invent one when Ruddy got injured, they just gave me like a grayed out guy. So these are my defenders. You've got Emmanuel Mamana, my man. He's really good and he's playing really well. He's really well rounded. Eder has got injured, as is his wont, but he's great. Oh, look at him. He is so good at defending. My God. Without being great at tackling, he's so good at defending. And my other starting centre-back would obviously be Mamadou Sakho, who's a bit injured. Nicolas Soul is there. He is a beast. He's 6'4" with 18 on pace, 19 on strength, 18 on jumping. I think he should have been an athlete. But yeah, he's great, and obviously plays that way. Actually, I might just organise it by best rated. George Alagayo is doing a good job as a backup. We've already seen his stats. Alessio Romagnoli is a good backup as well. If he'd just pushed out one or two more, I'm sure he would be world class, but he's not. Jesus Vallejo has come in and he's a very well-rounded substitute. He can also play central defensive midfield. He's doing well for me. Emery Chan's not having a great season. He was a bit annoyed and he's told me that I don't know how to treat players properly. He wants a chance in the first team. He's just been injured. He's been injured. He's my first choice. He's my first choice deep line playmaker, which is the crux of the entire team. And he was injured, so he got annoyed. What a twally. What a twally. These are my defensive midfielders. So Guido Hoyos is getting a few games. Hoping to give him more games and develop him in his training. He is going to be very good. Who else is there? So you've got Kranovita, who's amazing. Lucas Badger, who's very, very good. They're both maturing now properly, which is great. And it gives me a good selection with the kind of guys that I'm trying to develop. So Ton, what's his face, is not properly a defensive midfielder yet. Ton Gilhouse. And Cesar Herrera is not properly a defensive midfielder yet, but I'm hoping to develop him. So, and Jesus Vallejo, of course, as well. So they can kind of cover it when I'm playing a weakened side. My attackers, I tend to go to my attackers first because it's a simpler. A lot of them are strikers, and it's a simpler way of doing it for me because I've got a lot of attacking midfielders. So at the top here, Carlos Baiano, I dropped him for a game, and that was a game I lost. I only dropped him because friggin' Gabriel Jesus was whinging, and the star of last season, Gabriel Jesus, I didn't want to just not play him because Baiano was playing amazingly. Balotelli was also playing amazingly, as you can see, but he's now injured. I think he broke his toe. Must have been all those toe punts, but he's great. Baiano's great. Oh, sodding arse. No, I'm just going to hang up on that. Although statistically he's in a bit of a rut. I don't know why. Juan Arrilaga, you've seen, is great. Garo Barbosa, I actually thought he was playing more of a role, to be honest. But yeah, he's really good. I've brought Divock Origi back. He had one sensational game off the bench. Yeah, for Derby, came on at half-time, scored 2, which is great. So yeah, there's a kind of a suite of strikers going on. Aretha is obviously the guy that I'm trying to develop. Unal I'm trying to send out on loan. He is very pointy and both-footed. He's very good, but he needs more first-team experience, and he's not going to get it here. Luciano Costa is again someone I've tried to send out on loan. He's more of an attacking midfielder. He was the best player of the World Cup. He got the golden boot, or the golden boot, not the golden ball, because that's top scorer. He was very, very good. He's worth a lot of money, and I need him getting first team football because he's got a bit of his development yet to do. But I don't want to play him because he'll spoil my young players, because all I'm going to do is sell him anyway. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. Memphis is having a great season. He's doing absolutely stunningly. He's a beast, physically, technically, mentally. Mentally is probably his worst, but he's still good. Sterling on the other wing, he's my right winger. Usually he's like you can't knock him over. He works really hard. He even tackles quite well. You've got to love him. Coutinho is my starting central attacking midfielder. He's got the average rating of 7.43, and look at his slump recently. I'm really upset. I keep having to sub him off because he's rubbish. Odegaard is his replacement, obviously doing quite well, scored those couple of goals. Very good player. Who else is about? Moroccan Bill is a lovely young player. He's still got that extra potential to be realised. He looks a bit weird, but he's called Moroccan Bill, and he's my friend. That's a sad reflection. Gerson is very unhappy despite being absolutely awesome. He's a bit of a god, really, and it's unfortunate for him that he's not really starting games. Got Yuri Tielemans, who's generally been on the bench. He's very good. He's still developing. He's a bit susceptible to injuries, but we don't want to talk about that. Mayer, I tried to loan out. He didn't loan out. He plays really well for everyone but me. Everyone really rates him. They think he's amazing. Man City did want him. They don't want him anymore. Ha. But yeah, he plays amazing for Wolfsburg. He's never quite had the games for me, but he's never quite performed. So I don't know. I play the AMC. He is the AMC. He should be getting loads of assists, but he doesn't. So it doesn't work. Anyway, right, I think that is it now. I will go and play this game against Derby, which is my bounce back game. I'm hoping that we are absolutely going to cane them. Memphis was a bit tired, so I've dropped him for someone else. But right, let's look at their team. So they've got Mason Bennett, who's not very good. They've got Choupo-Moting, who is also not very good. Will Hughes, Rotario. Is Craig Bryson, is he any good? He is not, really. Nathan Redmond is decent. Milic, I believe it. Yeah, he's good at crossing and dribbling, so we'll close him down. Yeah, let's just go on hard on him, because it'd be good. Richard Keogh is not a fullback, so his picture, that's really funny. He's like, ooh. So Cyrus Christie on the bench. I know he's a good wing back. Alban Tosa is a centre back. Dean Ritterberg is their other striker. Stephen Naismith is terrible striker, but he's slow, so we mark him like that. I don't know who Antunes. Actually, no, I do know who Antunes is. He's a left wing back. Right. So we need a better performance than last time. It's so annoying as well, because we lost to West Ham last time we played them, and so I was like, I played a proper good team, proper full team, and was really conscious of it. I said we owe West Ham for what they did to us last time, and they just messed it up. And they scored their first 2 shots on target. They had a penalty early doors. Balotelli got injured early doors. Very annoying. Arrilaga unlucky. Right, so this is a bit of a mix, this lineup. So you've got my lineup, that is. Arrilaga, who's on good form, but obviously is technically not my best striker. You've got George Alagaya at the centre-back. Gilhouse in that midfield. Very good, very physically able. Chan, who's upset, but should still play well. Isn't playing well because he's upset and was injured. Sterling still on, though. Romagnoli, who's good. Coutinho, who is in theory good, but always plays crap. Well, no, he played really well the first few games of the season, hence his average rating of 7.43. Right, but you see this slightly more swashbuckling. They got Reina in goal. That's nice. Slightly more swashbuckling Liverpool. We attack quite quickly, I think, and that's what I've tried to work on, because obviously that's what Liverpool do in real life as well. So that's nice. There we go. Look, the directness is good because it catches them off guard. Is that proper Reina? Or I'm just going to pause it. So I've got a position. Yeah! Oh, hello, mate. What a weird shape for any player. Oh, he's good, though. Handling not very good. Kicking, communication, rushing out. Whoa! He's conceded 25 goals in 9 games. I suppose he's their keeper, and they're not very good. So that'll be why that is. Can we... I think there was one of the games we had 18 corners or something, which is mad, and we didn't make anything of any of them, even though we have decent, obviously we've got the technical ability to put it in the box, but we've got decent headers of the ball. Anyway, doesn't seem to be our speciality. Even when I train on attacking set pieces, if I train on attacking set pieces, we tend to score a free kick, which is weird. Like they've been practicing free kicks for like whole days. Right, Baiano, you're doing your usual, getting lots of shots on target. This is what was happening last season. None of them were bloody well going in. And of course, I was scoring a ton of goals and winning games really comprehensively. So I thought, I must be runaway leaders of the Premier League. I drew against Chelsea, I lost against West Ham, and suddenly I'm second already. Yes, Baiano. I was just talking to you about that. It's like you can read my mind. What was that, his 100th goal? Sure, is that his 100th goal? That is surely... no, surely not. Is his 100th cap, maybe? Right, I want to investigate. Sam investigates. Right. Well, it's definitely not his 100th goal. He hasn't even got 100 career goals. Oh, well, to be fair, he scored much of them for me anyway. His 100th, yeah. No, it's not that either, because he got 25 there, and he's on... Oh, no, that's not cup. So, hang on. It'd be like... Yeah, it's probably his 100th appearance. If anyone saw that, I'd like to... I suppose I could look at the... where will it be? Report? He scored his 100th goal for Liverpool. How? When? What? No, I literally just checked, and that is not true. He scored his 100th goal for Liverpool. Right. Oh, wait, hang on. So that total is not, it's this down here. So 19, 27, 28, 16, 9. Fair play. See, that, I suppose, that's how you spend 30 million. So he's a player who scores 100 goals in 5 seasons, or whatever it was. Oh, good lad. Oh, Carlos Baiano. I'm now suddenly back in love with you. Because you're my absolute hero. What a legend. So Moroccan Bill there with the oh my god. Oh, I really hope that captured on the record because it was a triumphant overhead kick. Carlos Baiano getting number 101 in style. Oh dear. See, I remember this is reignited my love for Carlos Baiano. I got a bit annoyed with him last season because he was getting in all the right positions as he always does and then not scoring, much like Philippe Coutinho, who I have told does need to score more goals and never does. But yeah, I'm back in love with he was my £20 million man with clauses, and now that's gone up to £30 million because he's been utterly sensational. Much like, I think it was like, oh, go on, Aralaga. It's like Man United signed Martial, so it was like, reported could go up to like 50 odd million or 60 million or something, and that was like if he wins the Ballon d'Or, they get like another 12 million, which is mad. Oh, a hat trick! Was that a header? Is this a perfect hat trick? How did he score his first goal? I mean, it's a pretty bloody good hat trick. What a weird free kick there, just a little dink and a header. Derby went to sleep. Oh, good. Well, this is encouraging. We have bounced back. This is the bounce, lads. I genuinely didn't check when I started recording this, which is a bit painful. I suppose I could check, be really unprofessional, and just dip out of Football Manager, and my computer does it in a really jerky, weird way. No, hits the bar. Oh, even when they need the luck. Oh, I'm okay. The woodwork twice. But I'm still winning 3-0, so shush. Just knock it out to Coutinho. Coutinho knocks it in. George Alagaya is pummeling around. Nearly. Coutinho in his desperate attempts to score more goals is just lashing at anything. Right, so they're passing it around very nicely, and we just have that crunching tackle, quick distribution. Oh, good save, Reina. We don't begrudge you that, mate. As you can see, Baiano is the star performer in this team. Balotelli-less. Get the ball in there. Aralaga. Oh, he's had the chances. He's not been able to put any away yet. Right, another corner. Oh, at least a shot on target. That's fine. Gilhouse. It's not expected to be exactly amazing. Right, don't get complacent. I'm going to take people who are good off, so I'll take Carlos Baiano off for Aretha because I want him to get experience. Next to come on will be probably Herrera and then Tielemans, as I seek to manage this game out without what seems to happen if, for instance, I made all 3 subs at half time, I'd get an injury on about 60 minutes. Go on, Aretha. Yes, that's 7 on finishing. This is now soured. I thought all I needed to fix was his finishing, but he also needs to get more consistent. But he scored here, so that's good. And he had 6 on finishing before, now he's got 7, so that's good as well. Oh dear, funny play. I didn't do the analysis on the recording, but if you look at it, I might do it in a minute at the end of the game. But basically, he's like almost as good as Balotelli in every area apart from finishing, and he's like 18, so he's like nearly 10 years his junior. All right, Horn, that was a bit unnecessary, mate. So they haven't had a shot on target yet, so they'll probably score their first. But we're already 3-0 up, and so it doesn't really worry me. Aretha, good decision making. Aralaga, always explosive. It kind of is quite Torres-like. He's like well-rounded and very bustly and good at dribbling. Well, yeah, kind of old Liverpool Torres, obviously not Chelsea Torres. Aretha, it's good to see them linking up. Go on. Oh, he's good in the air, Aretha. Ariza. Ariza? He's Argentinian. So he's not Catalonian, so it's not Aiza. Although, yeah, I don't really know that much about pronunciation from that area of the world. Right. Sterling, knock it in again, mate. There he is. Arrillaga finally gets his goal. He's been trying for that all day. I would change his name to Torres, who I have had on Football Manager before. What was it, 09? And he was unbelievable. He was absolutely untouchable. It was when he was the best striker in the world. And he played so well for me. He scored so many goals. I can't even remember what team it was with anymore, to be honest. No, I cannot recall. Would it have been Dagenham and Redbridge? Anyway, doesn't matter, because that was close. Right, 60 minutes. Oh no, we're mid-play, so let's see the play end, and then Felipe Coutinho still can't grab a goal when literally both young strikers have. Right, let's send off. Who do we want on worse? We want Herrera on because he's not really playing at all. Want Chan off, but Herrera is not very good at playmaking. So is Gilhouse good at that? Oh, he's pretty good actually. Yeah, he's pretty good. And I'll wait till 70 minutes to bring on Tielemans, who could become a 5-star player. He probably won't, but he might. Come on, Coutinho. Oh, come on, mate. Rubbish. He's probably got an assist or two, though, so hopefully that oh, go on, Gilhouse. Getting those tackles in there so we can keep the pressure high. That is the point of the Charlton game. Charlton? Oh, well, I suppose it's the Charlton tactic. It's the Liverpool game. Come on, Sam. There's also, to try and properly bred myself into Liverpool legend. Oh my word! What a goal! That was. He just kept the ball a bit too long. I thought he'd gone too far. It just ran straight at the goal. Took it past two, rifled it. Oh, off the bar and into the top corner. What a hero! What a hero! Oh my god. I think I said earlier I would nickname him Fernando Torres, but I quite like Arrillaga. And I like him even more now. He's doing great. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, to try and properly verse myself in Liverpool legend, there is a Bill Shankly documentary on iPlayer that I am planning to watch, to the extent that I have it up as a tab on my Explorer on my Chrome. Lord. Right. Yeah, Coutinho's playing well. Right, let's get Sterling off then. Because Sterling doesn't need to play well, whereas I feel like Coutinho really needs it. And he might even score, and he really needs that goal. Right, and everyone else is doing well. George Alagaya, I mean, newsreader and centre-back extraordinaire. Tielemans, not quite, mate. We've taken over from Coutinho, though, so it can't get much worse. Oh, dear. Antunes, nope. Alagaya's got a... Oh, excuse me, Alagaya's got a yellow card. Look at that cheeky little dink out from Reina. He's still got it, mate. He's still got it. Although Derby will probably go down. They've got decent players, though. Like Will Hughes, Nathan Redmond. These are all right. His dribbling... I mean, he's got 16 on dribbling and he's physically great. So, obviously, it's difficult to get it off him. But he's taking the piss out of these guys. It's mad. Oh, that was close. Oh, what a game. 6-0. And some stunning goals. An overhead kick. A ridiculous Fernando Torres style dribble. I was going to call it a dribbly goal. That's not a thing. Herrera, let's see what you've got, mate. Arisa. No, see, that's the disadvantage of playing someone up front with 7 on finishing. They genuinely are not good at finishing. 6-0. Let's have it, lads. I will be passionate that was amazing. Let's have a little look. Yes, Emiliano Ariza. I'm trying to train him to be a right winger as well, just in case, because he's quite good at crossing. So it's like, if it doesn't work out, he might still be able to play. no, come on. Oh, lordy me, that went badly. Right, Balotelli. So, he's physically as good as Balotelli. His vision is a little less good. His heading is a little better. His mentality is a little better. I'm not surprised. His defending is better. Technically, obviously, he's not as good. But attackingly, there's like a gulf. So he's like in touching distance or better with most of the other stats. And then attackingly, there's just this absolute gulf. So if we track his training, he has already gone up 1, which you can see there. Yeah. Interesting. Great game, though. Brilliant game. We're back on top because we've got a game in hand, but as you can see, our goal difference is 25, and we have conceded quite some number of goals as well, which is disappointing. But the way we're scoring at the minute is very Liverpudlian, Klopp's Liverpool. Oh, sorry about that yawn. Do excuse me. So Baiano getting his 100th, 101st and 102nd Liverpool goal. He's that Liverpool homegrown player, although he's so good he's on 110 grand a week. He's got 31 appearances, 13 goals for Brazil, spectacular overhead kick. Oh man, this was a top game. Right, anyway, I will just save... Oh, God, there's a few players that... Sorry, I've just seen his name, Kevin Milton. There's a few guys that I just really would like to get hold of, and I can't get hold of them. Because he had that transfer was automatically inbuilt. So he appeared in the Man United Academy, having been absorbed from the Brighton Academy. And so, straight off the bat, he didn't want to come because he'd only just moved clubs. And he'd gone to Man United. And I've tried to get him since. I offered about, yeah, I mean in total, so it was a lot of clauses, but it was in total like 40 or 50 million last summer, I think, and I just couldn't get hold of him. So annoyed. Right, I think I'll end it there on a triumphant note because I've been probably talking for a long time, but you've borne with me, and that's been really positive. So hopefully I'll come back again, not in 6 months' time, because it makes really long videos. So let's try and maybe do it after January or something like that. Okay, cheers guys, bye.